Oftentimes when we're working out at home, we don't have access to the weights that really challenge us, okay? So we have to find creative ways of lifting so that we're more challenged by what we do have. Sometimes we don't have weights at all. Sometimes we might have a case of water or bottles of water or a box, for example, with files in it or books. That's what I have here. I want to teach you a rowing motion that allows you to create more tension on the muscles using the same amount of weight. Okay, so a regular bent row is just pulling and releasing, pulling and releasing, pulling and releasing. Okay, this is a 1.5 bent row. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a technique that's going to elongate each repetition and keep the muscles under tension longer. I'm going to pull up, come down only halfway, back up, and then go down all the way. Up, halfway, up, down all the way, okay? And each pairing is a rep. So whereas 1, 2, 3, 4 bent rows would be 4 repetitions, 1, 2, 3, 4 of the 1.5s is only 2 repetitions, okay? Because 1 repetition is up, that's 1, okay? Up, down halfway, back up, down all the way, that's 2. Up, down halfway, up, down all the way, that's 3. So a repetition is longer and your muscles are under tension longer. So let's go over the form of a bent row first. Really quick, your feet are about shoulder width apart. Your knees are bent slightly, and you want to bend over as much as you can to be as parallel to the ground as you can. You never want to slouch. How do you prevent slouching? From standing, you tighten your core, which means you can feel those abs, like someone's going to punch you in the stomach, and you're going to stop them, okay? You're going to stop anyways the effect of it. You're going to tighten those abs. You're going to pull your shoulder blades together just a little bit. You're going to keep your head nice and straight. And when you're bent over, your head's still going to be in the same position, okay? So I'm bending over, I'm looking at the ground now. I'm not cranked back like this, looking up at the wall. So I'm looking at the ground. From here, the motion is a squeezing of the shoulder blades and a pulling up and then going down and releasing the shoulder blades, opening them up without slouching, okay? Squeeze, release, squeeze, release. You breathe out, in, out, in. And so for the 1.5 row, it's okay? So that's the form without the weight. Let's just use a box. Now I like to use a box that has handles on it, okay? Or a case of water that's like shrink wrap so I can grab it at the top. And I'm going to show you why, okay? Very simply, when I'm doing the rowing motion, I get a good range of motion here, whereas if I'm holding it on the bottom, now I don't get much of a range of motion because the box stops me, okay? So a box, like a banker's box or an office paper box, or like I said, a case of water that has shrink wrapping on it. So from here, here's the 1.5 row. That's 1 rep. 2 reps. 3 reps. 4 reps. Okay? So I did 6 repetitions of a 1.5 bent row, and it would have been 12 if I was doing a full extension, okay? So you get longer time under tension, fewer repetitions, you're challenging yourself more with the same weight. So there it is, a bent row, a 1.5 bent row.